welcome back to my channel. I am super excited because this is the last video on my phone. Obviously you guys don't know that. I'm still working on some videos over here, so there might be like one or two more that are still filmed on my phone, but you guys, I got a camera. Round of applause. I just got this Sony, what is this? ZV-1F. So it is a vlogging camera and I like it so far. I think I have one video out where part of it is on this camera, so let me know what you guys think. But I'm excited. I got this. I think this is also, the quality is really good, so I can also probably take some pictures with it too. But this will be nice to kind of just free up some space on my phone and not just have everything on my phone. And this will be nice going forward because I do have some audiobooks and I have some video ideas, so it'll be nice to actually just have my phone and be listening to audiobooks and be able to still update you, versus like if I have an audiobook and I'm on my phone listening to an audiobook, I can't really give you that many updates because I am doing everything on my phone. So this is nice. This is a little reward for me. With that out the way, you're like, why am I here? Well, it's a new month. It's a new month, and that means we have a new TBR. This TBR is absolutely ridiculous, you guys. It's absolutely ridiculous because I have not made a TBR. I have books that I want to read, and we're gonna see what I end up reading. Because there might be some more that get added in there. There might get some that well, not added in there. There might be like a lot taken away. But these are the books that I'm gravitating towards the most. Don't really know what order that I'm reading it in. But yeah, some of these I have on audio, so I guess that's why I'm being very ambitious. One of them I have on Libby that's due in like 6 days, so I really need to start that technically tomorrow. But let's get into March's TBRs, or hopefully books that I will read, because this is a long one, you guys. Girl, you think you're gonna read all these books in a month when you only read like 5 to 9 books in a month? Yes, I do. And I will tell you why I'm not gonna stay like this. It's not gonna stay like that, but that's okay. Beautiful pile. We're totally gonna read all of it, right? On my March, whatever. I don't even know if we can call this a TBR. Anyway, this is The Naturals. This is a book I have had for a while now on my TBR, and this is YA, and this is like Criminal Minds, and I'm obsessed with Criminal Minds, so I thought it was time to actually crack this open. I have been reading a lot of romances, so this month, or this pile here, isn't too heavy on the romance. I think some of these books have aspects of romance in it, but I think I went heavy with fantasy because I wanted to do fantasy. I think this is the only like really like mystery that I have in here, and I feel like it's been a while and I kind of miss them. So I think, depending on this, I might start adding more and start gravitating more towards it. But I am in the middle of the last series, which are fantasies, so that also, I just got this. I just picked this up. This is The Poppy War. I checked this out in Barnes & Noble, and the guy at the register who rang me up was like, if you want to cry, read this first. And I'm gonna leave you with that too. So if you have this on your shelf, and if you want to cry, read this. Apparently it goes absolutely insane. I know nothing about this. I just know that this is by the same author who wrote Yellowface, and this is supposed to be a fantasy. So Then we have a continuation of a series here. Guess what type of video I'm gonna be doing in March, hopefully, we'll see. But I read One Dark Window, 5 stars. The way it ended made me want to pick this up. I am a little bit nervous because I hear in Two Twisted Crowns. I don't know why I kept calling this Two Twisted Crows. So if you see other videos where I'm calling it Two Twisted Crows, I mean Two Twisted Crowns, okay? I've seen reviews on this saying that we get a lot of different perspectives in this book, which makes me kind of nervous because knowing the ending of the first book, I kind of thought it was just going to switch perspectives to the MMC. But, you know, in the first book, we only got the one perspective of the female main character. So we weren't too much inside of anybody's head but her and the monster. So I'm a little nervous, but the way it ended, I was like, I'm picking up book 2 right now, and I did that. So I feel like it's only right to finish off the series. Next, this keeps going on my TBR every month. I read The Assassin's Blade, and I feel like that was a mistake for me because there's different reading orders where you could read it, and Assassin's Blade, I didn't love it. You know, I think it was great to get to know the character, but I feel like I should have read it in the order where it's like 3rd, I think, because I think that would do better for me because I would have already been in this world, and then I feel like I would have cared a little bit more about the character versus, you know, not reading this. I know the character, but like this Assassin's Blade was like before all of this happened. So apparently there's like magic and all this stuff in Throne of Glass in this world, but Assassin's Blade, you're not really introduced to any of like the magic. So I've been putting this off. I do want to get this off my TBR. I really do want to read it. I do think I'm gonna love it. I kind of just want to read Crescent City more because I read the first one, but I keep hearing that you need to read this in order for it to hit harder. Like, you don't necessarily have to read it. So we'll see. Maybe if I read Throne of Glass and if I love it, then I'll continue on with Throne of Glass. And if I don't like this, especially after Assassin's Blade, then I think I might just read Crescent City and not do Throne of Glass. I just don't see the point in wasting my time in reading something I'm not gonna enjoy. So I feel like I've been putting this off because it just makes me nervous, like, because it could go 50-50, honestly. And that'd be crazy because I loved ACOTAR and I loved the first book of Crescent City. So maybe this one is just not for me. Maybe I just need to work my way slowly through this and just finish Crescent City. Don't know. Next, we have Jade City. I do have this one on Audible. It's really thick, so I think I'm gonna actually definitely get to this one this month. I do want to annotate it, so I do have some new annotating tabs on here. But I started reading this, and I just was not in the mood. I had slept myself out, but this book is really good. This is like mafia kung fu fighting. It is so good. It's insane. It is insane. I was actually looking for the second book and I was like, girl, you haven't finished the first one. So I was like, you know what, I guess it's a good it's a good thing that I like saw it. I was like, you're gonna read this in March. You're gonna finish Jade City in March and you're gonna love it. I already know I'm gonna love it because I've read like the first 3 chapters and I loved it. So I definitely am gonna restart it, although I don't think I need a refresher. The magic here is controlled by like Jade. So, but it's not even just controlled by Jade. You still have to have like the abilities of the fighting, like to make it work. Like you can't just rely on Jade. Like Jade doesn't make you into like this badass. Like, so I think that's really cool. And they're like Jade thieves and it's just really cool. I know I'm gonna love it, and I think it's time to just dive into this series because I can see me reading the series like back to back. This might occupy all of my March. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I'm gonna have to read this last because I feel like this might occupy all of my time. The Atlas 6. This is also a series. This is by Miss Olivia Blake, and I had just did a video don't think it's up yet, but I was reading romances for a week, so that's how I got introduced to Miss Olivia Blake, and I read One for My Enemy. I love her writing so much. This is about magicians, and they're like, I guess there's a little trial competition going on, which we'll see how she does. I don't think this is everyone's favorite. Like, her writing, everyone, or from what I've seen on like reviews and stuff like that, people call her pretentious. So I definitely see that, but I definitely still love her writing style, especially One for My Enemy. So it may just be like a one-hit wonder. Like, I may just have loved One for My Enemy because it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I love Romeo and Juliet retelling, so maybe that was what it was. But we're gonna see. We're gonna give this author another try with this book, which it's this whole series. So this series may now occupy my whole time. Definitely, this is why I'm insane, because look at the thickness of this book, and then look at the thickness of this book. And I think I'm gonna read, these are gonna be the only two books that I read. This, I downloaded this on my Kindle because of how big this is, but I need to finish the series because I had stopped my marathon, and this is so dramatic, I'm a little bit dramatic, but I feel like I just did not complete October right, because normally I watch all the movies in October. Every October it's like a Harry Potter marathon, and I just grabbed my blanket and I'm just so cozy. So this year, because I had the box set, because I was gifted it for my birthday, I was like, I'm gonna read all the books and I'm gonna watch all. Did not do that. I am now on book 5, so I only got 4 books deep, and then I slumped out, or I was reading this and I was slumped, so that was not good because I loved this and I was loving the book, so I was still slumped. So I'm very clearly not in a slump anymore. I'm very clearly ambitious about reading again, so I think it's clear that I need to finish Harry Potter. Again, tell me what video that I'm going to be recording without telling me what video I'm going to be recording. Golden Sun. This is the second book in the Red Rising trilogy. So technically it's 6 books, but like they're broken up. So it's like the first part, I think, follow this one character, and like the stuff leading up to the events of the next part of the trilogy. But I really did love Red Rising. I don't know if I'm gonna get to this one, and I say that because I feel like I need to do a little refresher of Red Rising, so maybe I could find like a video. I think Red Rising, I should have read this like immediately after. Like, this is a series that you, I think I need to do like a little refresher. So I think there's 2 books in this pile that I need to do refreshers of, the books before the first books, because they're second books in a series. So I might, I don't know, it just really depends. This is not set in stone, because a lot of these are series, and if I get really attached, I might just keep picking up books from the series that I'm attached to and just say F this pile here. And I already know I'm doing that with one series right now, because I think I'm gonna go straight into Daisy Hates. I think this is the next book I'm gonna read, and then I think I'll be reading this while I try to do something else. We'll see, but I think I'm gonna pick this up immediately, and then I might start on the video that I was thinking about starting on. But I think I'm just gonna start in here, because there's no way that I have to wait another book. So the way that these books work is it's Magnolia Parks, then Daisy Hates, then Magnolia Parks, then Daisy Hates, and then Magnolia Parks. So the newest book is Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. And so there's books in between, but they're happening at the same time. So the events of Magnolia Parks, the book that I'm reading now, is happening at the same time as Daisy Hates, but this is from Daisy Hates, like her book, like her perspective. So you still get to see like Magnolia and BJ, but now you're like in Daisy Hates' view point. So I don't want to wait to like go up onto Magnolia Park. I mean, I don't know, I may completely love Daisy, don't know, but like right now I really love Magnolia and BJ. So I'm like, I have to read this book in order to get to another Magnolia Parks, and then I gotta read another book in order to get to the new one. So I'm just like, I might get completely I said I was over romance, but this right here, this is like reality, and I've been like on a reality TV like kick, especially with Love is Blind going on. So I just feel like this was fitting because it's really like reality TV, socialites, like the drama, the toxicity. Like, wouldn't want it in real life, but in a book, she could write a show. Miss Jessica Hastings, I never say it right, but she could definitely write a good ass show. Twisted Love, this has been on my TBR for forever. I did download this on my Kindle, so we might work it into a video, and we might get this out. But then again, this is another series. This is book 1, so that's another thing. I thought my Kindle died today. I was about to be like, oh no. We're set. The Kindle is working. It's working. So Twisted Love, this is a billionaire romance. I don't know if the guy and the girl are the because she has another series, the Sins series, where a lot of the female characters were also like rich, so they're like, we don't need your money. So I wonder if it's the same or if like the male character is just the billionaire. Don't really know. I think this was really heavily mentioned on TikTok, and so I think that explains why I got it a year ago, because I was definitely deeper into TikTok and I was trying to do more TikToks than YouTube, and then I started diving into YouTube, and thus here I am. This one is not like I'm not set that I have to read it this month, so I might actually just put it downstairs on my TBR cart until I do the buddy read. But I'm supposed to be doing a buddy read for this, so whenever the group chat pings and they're like, let's do this buddy read of Love on the Brain, I will pick it up. But I think I might just put this back down on the cart because I do want to read it, but it's not like these books here. I absolutely feel like I need to read them like right now. So this is just here because this is supposed to be like a buddy read. Oh, it is a romance. It's by Ali Hazelwood. I always do so bad on these little wrap-up videos. It's like I swear I read the book, or I swear like, you know, there's more to the book than just the pretty cover I'm showing you. But like, okay, let me just read the back so I know something. I'm very much a cover girl, and I'm very much a let's read this together. Like, I'll read it together knowing nothing about it. So the main female character, I guess she works for NASA, and then there's so they work for NASA. Cute. I know like she has a bunch of Ali Hazelwood has a bunch of like STEM romances, so I'm assuming this goes with the rest of her STEM romance series. I think I don't know for sure. Because again, this is a book that I need a refresher on because I read Legendborn, it feels like so long ago, but it was a couple months ago. And now book 2, Bloodmark, was out already. This is a fantasy, I think it's gonna be a trilogy, but only 2 books are out right now. I think the 3rd book comes out really soon. So I don't know if I'm really gonna get into it because I know I have to do a refresher of the 1st book. So I don't know if I might wait until I get the announcement date for the 3rd book, because I'm gonna have to wait for, I'll probably have to do a reread again before the 3rd book anyway, because I'm gonna wait until it comes out in paperback, because I hate when they do that. I hate when they release the hardcover first and you have to wait like forever for a paperback, because I will wait for forever. I feel like this is a series that you need to read together, because it can get a little confusing because the magic, and it's a lot. That's why these books are thick. Like, it's a lot. The author does a great job with the world building and all of that, but it is a lot and you really do have to pay attention. And so certain parts of book 1 I know are going to play a piece here, and I kind of sort of remember she uses all new terms for this world, and the Shadowborn, there's Legendborn. Like, it's a lot of like, you really have to keep up. It's kind of like this is a book you need to like highlight and annotate. Like, someone's gonna quiz you on an essay, you need to know, because I feel like it is gonna play a part into the next book, So this is Bloodmark book 2 in the Legendborn I don't know if that's what it's called. I guess Legendborn cycle is what this series is being called, and this follows Bree, And so in book 1, she finds out like all about this whole new like world. It's a YA, really good. I advise if you read the series that you definitely like, I guess, take your time with, and you will love it. Sometimes you just need to take your time with certain stuff. Not to say that everybody speed reads, but I think it can get a little bit confusing. So you want to take your time, and when you take your time and you actually get and understand it, you'll really love it, because her writing is really good, if that makes any sense at all. It is actually very complex. She takes elements of things that like King Arthur, she takes those elements, and then so it feels very real. Like it feels like it could happen now with the elements of the past, and like it all comes back into like generation after generation. So like good book. I literally just said good and great together. This is the book that I have on Libby that I really do need to start like tomorrow, because they're gonna revoke it and take the book back, and I do want to read it. This is the 5th season. Apparently this is a trilogy, I think. What am I getting myself into? Girl, I don't know. I do not know. I think what got me with this was that like the back says, this is the way the world ends for the last time.
It starts with the Great Red Rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blocks out the sun. It starts with the death, a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal, a long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness of land familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy.
I just feel like I have found some amazing series, and hopefully, so like I said, I might just dive deep into one of these series. I know I'm definitely gonna dive deep into Daisy Hates, but because that's a romance, I like to have variety, so I might end up just like knocking off a couple of series, or I really don't know how I'm gonna do it, because if I do get deep into one of these fantasy series that I have here, I will just whirlwind and continue, which is not a bad thing, but you know, I feel like that's why I have such a range of series. Yeah, I had this on last month too, but I think last month I just was really focusing on romances and trying to shoot some videos, so didn't get to this. This is the first book in the series. This is called Feybound, and this is one of my more anticipated reads, so I don't know why I didn't get to it. I guess just because I was wanting to do like a romance for February, so might pick this up sooner. Like I might push this towards the top, because I really do want to see what's going on. The thing with this though is this is the first book of this series, so I mean that's what rereads are for anyway, so I'm thinking too ahead of myself. This is supposed to be like an Afro-Caribbean fantasy. I don't know if this is YA. I feel like this is why I just am vague with telling you what the books are about, because I end up like reading off of this, and it's like reading out loud, like popcorn reading in class. I hated that. I hate that, because it's like I swear I know, though I know, but I don't know. Like all thoughts have escaped my brain. And plus, like with a lot of fantasies, like the names, I can never, I'd like, I cannot say the name. It's so bad. Your man was born on the battlefield, has lived on the battlefield, and one day she knows she will die on the battlefield. As a warrior in the 11th Army, Uran has nothing but violence her whole life. Her sister Letty is trying to make a living as a diviner, seeking prophecies of a better future, when a fatal mistake leads to Uran's exile from the 11 lands. Both sisters are forced into the terrifying wilderness beyond their borders. There, they encountered the impossible, the Fae Court. The Fae haven't been seen for a millennium, but now Uran and Letty are thrust into their seductive world, torn among their loyalties to each other, their 11 homeland, and their hearts. That sounds so good. These all sound so good. What am I reading first, you guys? What am I reading first? All right, y'all. It's getting late. I need to clean up my books and just put them right back over there. Right. I'm like pointing. It looks like I'm pointing there, but I know I'm pointing to the little dresser by the dresser. The short plastic thing. I'm gonna put my books back over there. I need more space. I need to get a bookshelf in here because I have books all the way on this dresser here. You see, like, those books I have read and finished. So I need another bookshelf. I'm gonna get the TV mounted. So I'm gonna order a bookshelf, and I am probably gonna show you guys me building the bookshelf because duh, we build bookshelves over here and we have a good time. So thank you for watching. I gotta go edit this, watch Love is Blind, and I think that's all I'm gonna have time to do today because it is late and I don't know why I'm recording this super duper late, but thank you for watching. Bye.